The only thing is that why the Monkey King sometimes hates playing against Mars is because the arena takes away too many trees. I think they reduced it a little bit. I think it used to be even more,
Yeah, team fight wise,
but
yeah.
yeah, team fight wise. But so the Monkey King, he's kind of in the trees and like I'm waiting for someone. The Mars jumps in, uses the arena on one guy, and the Monkey King somewhere there, like 1,000 feet away, it's just on the ground. So that is something that the Monkey King has to be wary of. But I like the Death Prophet and the Monkey King combo. Be it is if they're supports, if they're cores, the Monkey King loves these heroes that go aggressive and stand and push the tower, right? So when you have a hero like that, like the DP, the Monkey King can just be in the trees. Someone goes on the DP, the Wukong's command is there, so even if the DP dies, the damage from the ulti will be quite massive. On the other hand, though, if this is a core Monkey King, the Mars and the Shadow Shaman, they just use their spells, and the Monkey King is below 50% HP, so it's hard for you to get those Jingu stacks up without your life being threatened. So I'd rather have Execration putting the monkey on the position 4 role, and especially if it's a 5 Death Prophet, playing the lane there without the stuns is gonna be kind of hard.
Man is a literal rap god with analysis as well. That's hairy freak for you people. Yeah, it definitely brings a lot to the table when you look at the DP here, despite the nerf that she got hit by the building damage, but it hasn't really changed the hero too much. It did drop from the meta's most popular hero to the not so top hero, but still a very popular hero despite all of that. So you do want to look for some stuns in your lineup for sure. If you do want to play around the Wukong's command, you need some sort of lockdown. DP does not provide that. Monkey King only has his Boundless Strike to hold them inside as well. So you do want to get some advantage out of the Wukongs if you want to use that as one of your team fighting tools.
That was the best explanation of hero popularity I have ever heard. If we all know exactly what you wanted to say. But Execration banning out some heroes that, especially the Snapfire, that goes well with the Mars. Thinking maybe Polaris want to put the Shadow Shaman in position 5. Now we're gonna know that's not gonna be the case. So we want to defend towers against the Death Prophet. That's interesting. It's gonna be a position 1 Monkey King though, and a position 3 Enigma. Maybe if we know that Execration played a position 3 Earth Spirit, so it might be the other way around. They were quite successful with it in the previous round, so
Yep.
quite interesting approach for them. It seems it's not gonna be only about team fighting. It's also gonna be about the chasing with the Earth Spirit and the Monkey King, and this comes down if the Monkey King can get the good laning phase, which might be a tad bit hard. What I would like from Execration though is to get a fat frontliner. I would like them to have that, or something that is super hard to catch. You don't want a hero that can
Right.
die easily.
Right. So this is looking like a 3 Earth Spirit and a 4 Enigma, because based on what heroes they have played, Shanks has played 4 Enigma. Tino has not played 3 Enigma. Tino was phenomenally good with the Earth Spirit on the pause 3 roll. That kind of means Monkey King is looking like a carry to me.
Yep.
Unless they play 5 MK, but is that a thing? Is 5 MK even good?
Uh, Not against the Mars and the Shadow Shaman. I think not. I think you put it on the carry role here and rely on the Death Prophet being close and personal, being the one taking all of the damage in the lane. You can play around it. The danger comes if, let's say, the Death Prophet wants to go and pull or something like that. Monkey King gets a little bit too deep. He takes a lot of damage, and that's problematic.
All right, versatile hero pick here. Kunkka will fit in pretty nicely for Polaris. Can still flex with the 1 and 2s. I don't want to see this Kunkka in the offlane. Leave that for the Mars, rather. This is basically reading if Mars would go mid and Kunkka would go 3. Because we do see a lot of Mars mids. We don't really see Kunkka 3s anymore. Thank God for that. But yeah, you could put this as a carry. He gets a pretty good matchup here. Enigma's in the offlane. Not necessarily in the lane. Because what we've seen from Enigmas is just, playing in the enemy jungle, especially when you're on the Radiant side. You're most likely in the dire top jungle, basically just farming with your Eidolons, showing up for the lane for a bit of poke with the Malphus, and then going back to jungle, continuing your farm. So you're not really getting hurt by the Kunkka, but every time you want to rotate somewhere, say mid Kunkka, for example, he will go to the lane where the Enigma is, because 1, you get the kill on him, 2, you get the Eidolons on that, so it's like double money, basically. So I like this hero pick. Very versatile for Polaris.
It's pretty solid, and if you're the ones initiating, then even the turnaround from the Earth Spirit or even the Enigma Black Hole might not be enough. Allow Polaris to get back and then re-engage quite easily. So I definitely like it as well, not only because of the laning stage, but because of the fact that Execration, they want to kill you in those 5 seconds during the Black Hole or when the Earth Spirit comes in. That's the time when the boat buff is really making a difference. I think Polaris have to ban out the Timber as well. There's the DK, that's a fat hero that lanes well against the Kunkka. And the Timber would be the best one for them. He has mobility that we talked about. He has tankiness, and he even has some magic burst. He doesn't have tower push, but you can compensate on that. You do have the DP, and you have the innate tankiness to allow the creeps to go for the tower. So I think the next ban from Polaris has to be the Timber. It would tick all of the boxes that Execration do need for their mid laner.
This draft has been taking considerably much longer than game number 1, which was basically a rapid fire of hero picks, and it definitely showed to be a bloodbath and you could almost say a big blood brawl for the first 10 minutes. We had 19 kills in 10 minutes. That's always a positive sign of a very kill-heavy game. But it was surprising that one team was still able to build such a massive lead from all that fighting. That was the big difference maker for Execration in that sense, having a 4K net worth lead despite the score being 10-9. Ember and Quap. So they did not ban the Timber Saw. So now it kind of would be, is there room for a Timber Saw in the draft? And who would you like to pick it up at all?
I would like Execration to pick it up right now. I see Polaris. Why not?
I wouldn't like the Timber Saw pick here. Mainly, I mean, I like the idea against 3 strength heroes, but where do you put it? Like, there's just no room in the draft for positioning.
I would put it mid.
Mid Timber, yeah, I don't. I think there was just too many counters to go for it. I mean, you probably know more than I do. I'm just kind of feeling maybe the Timber Saw would have been a bit of an off pick. Could have worked. But they decided to go for the Lina versus the Razor. So that's going to be our mid matchup in the end. So completely different.
Yeah, when Execration banned out the Queen of Pain, they kind of set things up for the Razor. The Razor doesn't like laning against the Queen. Against the Lina, he's actually a pretty solid laner. He's not that bad. You just max out the plasma field, you can secure the range creep, and you're kind of the same as the Lina. You have really long range, you have solid damage, and you have tools to secure the range creep. With all of the water runes, you're gonna be quite fine. I've even seen Razors beat the Lina. This is the response for the Natsumi Kunkka. The problem I see in this game in particular with the Razor is that first it is Bob playing it. He tends to be a bit over aggressive, and the other thing is the burst potential of Polaris is really strong in this game. Lina, Shadow Shaman, Mars, even the Kunkka contributes to that. So that's why this time around I'm not the biggest fan of the Razor. It has a good laning stage, but there is a good chance that he can die every single time. And the front line of Execration is, it's not the greatest, especially, again, playing against the heavy burst damage.
Let's just put it that way, that it is a front line. Not sure if it's good or bad, but it is. I mean, you can always make a front line of anything, just pile up stuff and put them there. You can make a front line of sandbags.
You can run.
It's not moving. It's not gonna fire back, but it's a front line. Okay, you're not taking the bait. Okay, sure, I get it. Polaris has learned from their mistakes. They have smoked from the fountain this time instead of game number 1. And we get this online, you know what it is. It's online Rabulan! That's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Filipino matchup between Execration and Polaris Esports. Game number 2. A spot for the finals is open for Execration. And maybe Polaris can still tie the series up and stretch it to a 3rd game. And they're going to be encountering a Wild Tino and a Palos on the Monkey King. But no early fights, at least no early kill is taking place. 2 versus 5 scenario, by the way. Cutting down all the trees from the tree protector. Protect the trees, yes.
Protect the trees. So you have green energy on the side of Polaris, and definitely Execration wanting to destroy the woods. Though a lot of these trees on the dire side, they do look a little bit sick. So maybe you don't want them taken down. We'll see if the Earth Spirit goes for the green ones.
Bounties are about to spawn. Let's see how Polaris spreads themselves out. Are they going to get 2? Are they going to get 3? Nevermind is going to show up in the river against Vincenzo. Easy snatch. That's going to be 3 bounty runes and 1 going for Execration.
So in the end, Polaris, they allowed the trees to be cut down, despite having a ward there. Okay, this Mars is really happy to give us a song.
That is literally the world today. We're valuing money over trees. I know that's not hippie talk. It's literally showing us in this Dota 2 video game.
Yep, for sure. And now, Tino, he has to stay back for now because he's gonna be destroyed. And kind of the scenario, you know, trees fighting back. You cut them down.
Yep.
Nice Saruman, he learned it the hard way.
He learned
so now
it the
Tino's
hard
gonna
way.
learn it. He's gonna learn it as well.
Good D-ward in the lane though. Shanks easy grabbing a bit of early gold for himself. Enigma's always like gold. That's, you know, one of the most money-hungry heroes in the game, considering all of the luxury items that you can build on this hero. So many different paths, so many different variants you can go for.
This is gonna be a very easy game for the Natsumi Kunkka, not only because of the laning phase, but when you look at the heroes, he doesn't really care about much that's gonna be going down on Execration. He can easily run away from anything other than the black hole. And yeah, you said the Enigma needs money, but it is a position for Enigma, so it's not like he's gonna be super rich in this one. The Blink BKB, they're gonna take some time before they're out, and this Kunkka will be a problem. I mean, very early in this game. So I'm scared for Execration right off the bat, and Shanks, he should be scared as well.
Will take some heavy damage already early on from Natsumi and TMV. This is 620 HP. 4 armor might feel good, but your HP pool doesn't. So Enigma, every time he ends up being in the front line of fire, he will drop very fast. Gotta be careful with those movements, especially when you're playing against a Kunkka and a tree because of the, you know, the vines placed down to the ground. You might get hit by a sudden water torrent coming out of the ground. Maybe an X marking to a couple of right clicks. Palos is gonna get himself shackled, speared into the trees. That first blood, close to it. Once a bit of lifesteal. What's it? Oh, he's gonna die instead. Oh my god, the turnaround from Palos. Getting the Boundless Strike as the Shaman was like, I'm gonna zap you. No, I'm gonna smack you, says the Monkey King. Bat to the face.
I'd rather be a warrior with a stick than a little guy with some magic, you know. So I'm
yeah.
I do understand Palos winning the fight there for sure.
That is some real kung fu mastery, yeah.
So you know, Polaris, I'm not really sure why they went for that kill. It's not of the utmost importance for them to kill the Monkey King. Just keep him low, so if you can't get Jingus, the Mars is still gonna farm a little bit better than the Monkey King. But, you know, you do tend to get greedy in this game. It is something that everyone has experienced, and now I think Xavier is gonna be a little bit more humble next time, understanding that, I mean, you made a mistake. Monkey King is one of those heroes that you can definitely overextend on, and this is exactly what happened there.
At the moment, Shanks being hunted by TMV. If he just gets the lead seed off, that could be a kill going his way. Enigma's got no way to survive this. He should. Actually, it's not going to tick for enough. He's going to live. 27 HP is all he needs. If we're going to go straight to the jungle thanks to that. I think he has a courier bringing some more region. Yeah, he's got a salve on the way, so he should be okay.
Execration, I think they're aware that Polaris is getting way too much out of this laning stage. If there wasn't for that first blood, this would be a complete crush of Execration in the laning phase. But even so, the Mars is getting enough, but the Lina and the Kunkka, they're getting too much. And I'm looking at this Razor. He's gonna be a target every single time. Mars will get a early blink, you know, he's gonna get that Soul Ring, boots, and then go straight into the Blink Dagger. Every single time they see the Razor, he will die. And Razor isn't the fastest of farming heroes in the jungle. So I think Execration in the mid game, it's gonna be almost impossible for them to fight. We're looking at Tino right now, and at least he's getting some decent levels because he's the one that's gonna be needing to make some awesome plays. Wasn't too awesome
levels, but also
though.
taking some decent damage as TMV blocks the rollout for the Earth Spirit. He's gonna have to take the long route out. There's a Kunkka courier with some boots on his way. Tino gonna have to TP all the way back to the tier 1 tower. But he will stay alive. Most importantly,
he did secure that the lane is gonna push towards him, so that's quite nice. And of course, with the Kunkka, it usually does happen, but at least now you're gonna. Oh no, he has two range creeps as well. Okay,
big
he will be
wave
okay.
for Natsumi here. For sure, Shanks just get the snipe. Micro control is good. Bob's also gonna get some backup. Does he get the bottle refill? Yes, he does. Just in time. What was the interval between the ticks so that the bottle still gets the refill? Is like is it less than 0.5 seconds?
No,
0.3?
it's as long as the fountain is
Yeah,
as
but
long
what's
as the
tick?
fountain is ticking out. Well, it's a second and a half. I mean, it's a lot. Top lane though,
Okay. All right.
saved by the bell.
With that, the boat's gonna be invisible, but it does connect onto the Razor nevertheless. Natsumi
Ghost ship.
taking a lot of damage here, and that's gonna be Natsumi going down. I could not see the boat. I only heard some random sailors roaring about the rum's gone, but then they end up crashing somewhere. Shipwreck into a kill. Lelouch is a bit late for the party, unable to get anything connected out of this, and I believe he also pings out that my movements have been detected. There is a ward on
That
the
is the perfect rotation from the Razor. Why? Because Lina, she can't really push the mid lane this early on. It's too dangerous to go that deep. Oh, just a second. Let's follow Palace. Okay, Palace is actually level 6, so these two, okay, they have enough probably for him now.
Shackles into the spear. That should be a dead Monkey King because nobody's intervening in time. Oh, just got the stick charges. One more hit to go. Come on, can he do it? Yes, he can. God's Rebuke is the one to save him in the end. The crit swarm is not going to be enough by Vincenzo to kill off Nevermind. And the Shaman keeping the DP at bay. Maybe even kill the DP here, I guess. I mean, the Shaman's still doing a decent amount of damage, but Mars is going to have to back out, and Shaman does not want to take the one-on-one. Pops the salve on his friend, helps him out. Now TMV chasing Shanks. There we go. Nice amount of money for Natsumi to clear out every single Eidolon with one slash to the Tidebringer. Easy money. TMV spot in the trees, and Bob will take this one.
Oh, that's a really good line. That's a really good line. That's what happens when I rush. He got the Maleficent and then he went for a TP. So that's definitely a panic TP right there.
Yeah.
So why I'm liking this Bob rotation so much? If you stay in the mid lane, the Shadow Shaman will be coming there. You want to play around the Lina if you're Polaris right now, because this hero is not good at rotating until she has at least the boots of travel. But even then, you kind of wanna keep farming and hold your ground. So the Razor is rotating, and then the Lina cannot use her full strength. So the only thing you can do is farm, and we can see with this kind of movements, Bob has kept himself close to the Lina despite losing the laning stage. Not by a huge margin, but it was a loss nonetheless.
8-minute action rune. That's going to be the Invis for Bob. And let's take a look at the net worth chart as well. It is the Earth Spirit who is coming out the weakest in terms of farm. 2,100, 1,000 gold behind the Mars, and the rest of the cores not have an easy lane for him for sure. Everybody else seems to be getting kills and farm around the map, except for the Earth Spirit. Tino also spent a bit of time running around the map, but they do have the Enigma factor. So you can't completely say that Tino is having a bad game, because I think Shanks is having an okay game.
Yep, Shanks is having a pretty decent one. That blink timing is going to be a big deal. Bottom lane, though, never mind.
Is he going for the blink, though? Because I see he's got a Vlad's, and he's thinking about Wraith Pact as Nevermind gets killed in bot.
Top lane.
Keeping into the top lane. Yep. Oh, Freeman Torrent. Good one from Natsumi. Can he get the distance to get away? TMV's history. But the Kunkka gets out. Got the most important hero out of the way. Yeah, that was a very good Torrent as well. I don't think he was suspecting he could catch 3 heroes with it.
Definitely not, but Bob is really doing the work in this game. He's the one that had the best laning phase, and his rotations are doing everything for his team. They're winning the bottom lane, they're helping the top lane. You're not really killing the Kunkka, so ultimately not winning it, but at least the Earth Spirit is surviving multiple times. And with those movements again, you are making sure that the Lina isn't getting any big kills, which is something that Lelouch wants to do. Top lane, Black Hole.
Solid work. Yeah, That does not seem to do enough, though.
Exorcism?
Level 1 Black Hole is kind of a bit of a weakness here. They got the shackles on the DP into the
Lena coming in
here, and Lelouch is going to come and clean out this DP. Laguna Blade to the face, not even thinking twice with that. Roll out from Tino. Able to get the safety Shanks, though. You got to TP now if you're gonna. He's under a ward. They spot him. They see where he is. They got the slow as well. They should be able to kill this Enigma right here. Xavius will get it. He was not suspecting the cheeky ward placed down here. Ends up being his downfall. Very curious ward placement, but so good.
Nope, Lina forced to TP to the top lane. That is gonna make her farm and the Kunkka's farm suffer. And yep, in the end you lose too, but it's only gonna be the support. So Execration, again, doing pretty solid with what they have, you know, with the Kunkka and the Lina. They're not really using this first timing. The second timing, once the Lina gets the BKB, once the Kunkka gets the armlet, that's the one that when Polaris are gonna start playing more together and more aggressively.
Yeah.
And
TPing into mid. A lot of movement into mid as they're hunting down the Lina. Unable to get the kill though, but there's the X mark into the boat, and they've got the full combo onto the Razor. They've got the Mars as well. They are silenced for a second, but the spear is going to finish off Bob. And Lelouch is able to get all the way back to safety. Lina lives with 120 HP after that fight. And there's the tip for Natsumi. Thank you for saving me, buddy.
Man, did you see how cool Natsumi was there? Like, it was literally Razor lifting his whip to hit the Lina, and then he pulls him back. But top lane,
they use the wards for this. I'm not sure if that's a great idea. That's a big cooldown. I guess they're willing to use it because the black hole's still on cooldown here. I mean, you killed the Earth Spirit, yes, but now you just surrendered your tower, I guess.
Did you? I mean, Natsumi can go there and Demars as well.
I mean, you could, but are they? Because they're not. Kunkka's just happy farming in mid. He's got a creep wave there. He's more interested in hitting creeps than defending towers at this point. Vincenzo needs 10 seconds for Exorcism. If he pops it, then definitely that should be an indicator not to go in. Treant Protector slowing them down by as much as he can. Shaman is on the hunt from the side. Xavius. Tino is going to get the roll in, though. Almost gets the catch on him as well as the tower is about to fall. Xavius goes for the TP away. And yep, they took the tower. I mean, they can't defend it. They don't want to.
That is them being close to the Lina BKB. They didn't have to do it. I thought they could, and it might come to bite them later on, because they could have been in a good position. When it came to that one, Execration had 3 heroes on the top lane. They were forced to push there or smoke towards the mid lane. That were the 2 moves Execration had after the TP happened, trying to save the Earth Spirit.
Invis rune from the Lina. LSA. Laguna played a couple right clicks, and that is the end of the Enigma. And all of the Eidolons as well. Poor Dolans.
You really like those little things, do you?
Yes, I do. They're my kids. Protect your kids with your life, and you don't. You mean you give your life away, but you need to get the kids to safety. If you lose the hero, at least save the Eidolons. Xavius goes down to the bot lane. They used Exorcism for this, though. A bit of a, I don't know, overcommitment there from Vincenzo. Really wanted that kill, I guess. This is a weird game. We're using ultis for singular pickoffs and not getting an actual continuation from it. Like, we saw the Serpent Wards in the top lane. We've seen, I think, two exorcisms now for a solo kill. And Polaris knows. Like, they're like, well, we've got everything up again. We have Arena. We have Natsumi who's capable of fighting. But, hey, we got wards for Roche. This is a really good move if they can get it off unnoticed by Execration. But Vincenzo... Actually, yeah, it was just for the action rune. I'm not sure if he's checking Roche. He might go now. Yeah, now he knows. Roche is halfway. Okay, they're going to need more backup here. Because Vincenzo knows. Polaris is going to come out of the Roche pit. Laguna Blade to take down the DP with no Exorcism. And here come the rest. Bob is ready to come in. Palos is coming in from the side. He's in the trees. 1500 on that to Roshan. Who's going to be taking this one? Eidolons are scouting in the front. They're going to be losing all the kids. Roche is down, though. Lelouch able to take the agent for himself. And now Execration Tino's going to get caught in it. Bob, though, not willing to go in there anymore. They basically lost this fight already. They got the shackles on the Monkey King as well. But Shanks is there for the cancel with the Malphus. 2 heroes down as the Roche is taken. Polaris are building a lead for themselves here, Harry.
I think the second that they saw the Mars there, they needed to bail. Palos was already afraid to stay there in the trees because the arena could have taken him down. So when Execration couldn't use the Wukong's command into the pit, I think that's the cue for you to go back. And now Polaris can just go forward.
She just respawned to die again, and now the bot. What is happening here? Polaris is getting so much for free. Good read from Nevermind to drop the arena as they got the catch onto Vincenzo, who had just respawned and just literally TP to the tier 2 tower, walks into the shackles of the Shaman. Razor wants to help out, and he ends up being inside the arena, and that's going to be a tower, and so that's 4 kills Roshan and a tower inside a minute.
Make that 5.
Make that 5, as Shanks
lane.
is also being caught here in the top lane. Nevermind is there again. This man is everywhere. Are they going to leave with the Kunkka? Yeah. Just going to stare into the eyes of the Enigma as he falls. And here comes Lelouch for another tower. 5 kills, 2 towers. This is not looking like a good Lord of the Rings sequel by the looks of it.
The trees are winning, man.
The trees are yeah.
How is that's good, right? Or were you on the opposite side?
I mean, from Execration's side, yeah, you have to think like how much they've just given away. It's not a good sequel for them. I mean, they rocked the first movie. The second one is not looking too great. They're popping Lagunas, but the black hole is there. It's gonna catch the Lina. Can they get that Aegis? No, they can't. That's just a level 1 with the Exorcism. That's the first life gone. And the backup is arriving. Polaris is stacking around. But here's the Wukongs, and he comes down from the trees and arrives on top of the Lina. Lina gets rolled on by Tino, and Tino will get the kill on Lelouch. And TMV on the run away. These guys are backing out, so there's not going to be any kill happening there. The boat also not enough to kill Tino, and TMV still on the run. Gets connected by Tino. TMV is in trouble, but what's up with that? Wait, what? Oh, they got the Kunkka as well. Oh my goodness. And yeah, finally killing TMV in the end. That took forever, but they did get the kill.
Getting away with murder.
Execration lost nothing here. They just got 3. Okay, it is looking like a good movie for them, but not like the original one when we were already talking about for Polaris' perspective, because, yeah, the trees have been winning. The trees were winning really hard, but now it's starting to turn into some kind of rocky ground again.
It's just something that, you know, the mid laners from Southeast Asia, they tend to make moves like this. Though, now I understand the difference between Execration and Polaris and why Execration are better at this point. Execration understand their mid laner. When Bob goes deep, they're like, that's Bob, let him die. I mean, he does that all the time. And when Polaris see Lelouch going deep, they're like, save our guy, let's go there. And they lose so much because of it. I was about to say Polaris, I really like their idea. By them letting that tier 1 on top. You remember that move. They let it go because they knew they were gonna hit the timing super hard, and they did. And now, after that timing was hit super hard, they just throw it all away because they want to crush their opponents, and there was no reason to do so. TMV in trouble.
Yep, Bob is on the hunt. Bob with the BKB, he's able to use his X mark, but he gets hexed before he gets to use it, and he's in trouble, and he's gone! Absolute massacre happens here as they hunt down the Dream Protector, but then Razor and the ES both die simultaneously. Razor able to get his BKB off. I think he was counting a bit too long with that X mark. Wasn't suspecting the Hex from Xavius to land on top of him, surprising him completely, and gets nuked.
Oh, Bob is the coolest player in the world. I don't know. He always does these things, and you could see Execration there. They, I mean, at least Tino got pulled into, let's say, my mid laner, but the rest of Execration, they knew what was up, who they were dealing with, and they just let Bob die. So yeah, you see how Execration cut their losses because they know their players, and this is why it's important to have good communication between the players, because you know understanding each other's weaknesses is the way you become a great team. But on the serious note, of course, I'm not sure why he didn't use the BKB there. You had so long of a time. You could have used it the second that the X was used, gotten the kill on the Treant Protector, and just TP'd out. That was the.
I'm guessing he had the classic, I swear I pressed it. I swear I pressed my BKB moment, you know? Like, he's literally pressed the button, but it's just, eam up. No, and it's already too late at that point. But yeah, you're right. He should have pressed it earlier. He didn't. But thank you, Bob. Thank you for the content. 20 minutes soon played in this game. We're going to see a smoke coming out from Execration. Vincenzo, Bob, and Tino. Bob again leading the charge with the haste rune. And an action rune battle. Setting a trap for Polaris. CDS on the other side. They're going to go for the jungle. They've got the ward placed down, which is about to expire. But if these smokes were to pop... Oh, they found the Monkey King, who pops his BKB in the mid lane. They found the enemy.
The chase is on now. They see them all.
Xadius. They see him. The silence is there. Bob is now charging in. There's the BKB. But Lelouch is winning this for now. Lina's doing a lot of damage. Razor does manage to fend her off. Natsumi in the middle of all of this. Has a BKB available. There's the bolt coming in as well. Will connect onto 3. What a beautiful ghost ship from Natsumi. Shanks is dropping low. He will fall as well. And there's going to be 3 for 1. There's going to be almost a 4th as Vincenzo has been forced away. The Palos is getting caught. He's got the X mark on top of it. Natsumi's going to be there. And never mind with the spear. The Monkey King to fall. That's 4 dead at the cost of a shaman. And a beauty of a fight for Polaris.
Natsumi knows how to sail for sure. That was a perfect boat connecting on the Razor as soon as his BKB is gone, and that secures the fight. And now you see why the Lina is, or any burst damage hero is so great against Razor. He even uses the BKB and she just beats him up until he's half HP. It makes his fighting impossible. He doesn't have the phase boots. Maybe should have gone for that one in this game in particular, just because what Razor lacks is attack speed, so you can't burn through the Serpent wards that easily, and with you not having the phase boot, you take even more damage from the Lina and from the Serpent wards as well. It keeps him in place long enough for the boat to connect, and I really have to say Natsumi, he just timed that perfectly. The other ones just walking into it, that was the bonus, but Bob getting hit by it, that's the thing that wins you the fight.
6,000 gold lead now for Polaris after that last fight, so they've tripled their lead from that 2K. And now really building some serious bank for themselves. Execration feeling the pressure here. He spotted the Lina though. Bob is on the charge. Doesn't quite get the connection of the plasma field. And with that, will not be able to close in the gap to catch the Lina. Wraith Pact is soon up on the Enigma though.
Yeah, I understand it. If you go for Blink BKB, the Blink from for TMW can just stop it.
Both in
mid
it.
lane?
It's just a DP. Just casual DP support. Caught in the mid lane. Polaris can play very aggressive now. You can see they're getting pickoffs in front of the enemy tier 2 tower. That spells confidence in how you're feeling about the situation in your draft.
Yeah, and this is why we see Tino, he has to push out the bottom lane as much as possible. He just has to do it, because around the mid lane you cannot fight. There's just so many angles that Polaris can come from, so you need to pull them somewhere else. And then once the Polaris are going back to the mid lane, that's when Execration want to catch them. It's definitely not easy to do.
Spotting Palos, he's on top of Nevermind. He's coming in, there's the roll in. And the Wukongs secure the Mars kill for themselves, but he is surviving long enough for Polaris to get there in time.
They want to use the black hole now. You can see the arms being lifted. Like, roar. See the Enigma?
Oh, that's no good.
Yep. Close zoom in, showcase view mode. He's definitely in a roar mode. Staring into the eyes of the golden Mars. Yeah, he's, okay, BKB has gone through. They probably see the same thing themselves as well. Okay, I'm about to get black hole. There's nothing else in here. Treant can instantly break it, though, with the overgrowth.
There is still a BKB on the monkey. You just get to
and Mars's arena is also off. Like, you can see the Arena of Blood is almost finished casting.
Yeah.
So, Enigma's going to take a bit of damage as well.
You are dead.
Well, I'm not a huge fan of mid-team fight pauses, but Tino did disconnect, and that is also him being out of the fight for a bit. He's gonna reconnect and find like, oh, what am I doing here? What is happening, guys? Oh, we're getting killed. Oh, he's got to roll in 1 second too.
I think Polaris just bail. I think Polaris are getting out of this one.
Yeah.
Lina is TPing bottom lane, but he's not going to be there in time. I think you take this one. We give the BKB of the Mars for the black hole, and we just try to fight again. You're going to be happy with Execration having 3 heroes on the bottom lane because they can't really move that easily from there.
Depends if the arena goes off. Because the black hole, even if it ticks, the cast goes out, there's like a 0.1 second delay. You can still blink out of a black hole. So if that Mars arena, if that is fast enough, because the formation time is 0.3, so if we divide that by, wait, hang on, 4 squares, 1, 2, yep, I think arena's gonna go off. Pause time has switched to Polaris. Okay.
I liked how you were acting to calculate there.
Yeah, I'm calculating. Yeah. that arena's going off, and you say Polaris backs out. I say Polaris are taking the fight because the arena's going to go off.
Let's see.
I think that's the only reason why they go. They trap the Enigma inside. Palos is he on a tree or is he just inside the Wukong's command? Like
he is on the ground. He's on the ground. You can see that he's running.
So he's either inside or on the edge of the arena. And arena's going to pop.
Let's go.
And the black hole is there at the same time. He's going to die. Tiny goes and cancels it. And they're going to get the catch onto the Earth Spirit. Tino is on the run out. And Mars is barely getting out, but walks into the arms of Vincenzo. And now Polaris are going to be backing out, as they don't have to back up immediately for the damage dealers. They only get the stun on 1.
The Boundless.
Torrent onto 2. The Boundless, they're kind of countering each other's with these stuns. So Polaris still backing away from this one. So you were correct in the end. They did not want to fight under the tower. Despite the arena going off, Mars almost made his way out. And it just ends up being 2 heroes dead for Polaris. But they did use some big ultis. They forced the Exorcism with that move, which was a spell they probably didn't need to use at all. But because they couldn't kill the Mars right away, they popped it and thought that Polaris might be coming in. So all they need to do is wait. Palos is on the wait, though. He's hunting for the Lina, but Lina cancels her TP.
I think Polaris actually wanted to go in there. They went in with the overgrowth, but in the end it just came down to let's try to save the Mars. I think if there was no pause, they would have just immediately went out. But because of the pause, they kind of had more time to think, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna approach this? And their call was let's give the Treant Protector's life for the Mars. Ultimately, it doesn't work out. But the Treant and his life plus the ulti, very low cooldown. It is not the biggest thing in the world to give away. So I guess that was the ultimate call for them, but it could have cost them. It almost cost them. Delina used her 7-second BKB, and the chase for Execration. The only problem was Tino was a bit low on the mana, so he didn't want to chase. Once the Earth Spirit gets a BKB and he has more mana in that kind of a situation, you make an overextension like that, Execration could come back completely into this game.
They definitely could. At the 25-minute marker here as well, we see in the top 4, there are 3 Polaris heroes at the moment. Kunkka hitting 15,000. Lina, 14,000. Monkey King at 12.3. Mars at 10.8. Earth Spirit and Razor struggling to keep up, but are holding the pace for now. It is going to get a whole lot harder. Polaris 5-man smoke. They could go Roche again. They are scanned, though. They don't know about it. Because Execration's not on the high ground they stand on. So Execration knows, but they don't know that Execration knows that they know that they're there.
Oh, but Natsumi just killed the Eidolon.
Right.
You didn't confuse us. You tried to do it. A valiant attempt either way.
I'm a master at question marks. But they're going to set up in mid. Execration sticking together. Polaris did not go for the straight Roshan attempt. They will go for it again. So now that they saw heroes moving around in mid, they know where they are. They will take the Rosh.
The Black Hole is up. Oh, look at the damage. They just can't get there in time. The big thing about Execration teamfight is that they have to hold an area. So it's best for them to fight if they are pushing or if they're playing around their own vision. They don't want to be running onto the enemies because
Illusion
you
bait.
want... Let's see.
Illusion bait. Palos, does he pop it on top of Nevermind? Now he sees the real Mars there. So he's like, yeah, this is a bait. We're not falling for this. We're not falling for this bait, indeed. Yeah, we got the tidal wave on the Kunkka. He picked up the shard. Very handy spell against the Kunkka.
Polaris know what Execration are doing. They read the situation perfectly. Okay, Execration wants to fight right now. Let's split the map. And that's why Mars was playing like that in the mid lane to kind of give a little bit of hope for Execration to go in. Now, this is a good move from Execration, but it needed to be a bit more
3v3 fight maybe in the top of the jungle. They're going to roll onto Lelouch and get the catch on the Lina. Potentially looking for that. But the Exorcism BKB and Invis, gone. Palos wants that so bad, and Tino even keeps on following. Lelouch gets out. Exorcism has been burnt. They're going to find the Shaman. No escape for Xavius. But that's an Exorcism gone. That's going to hurt Execration a lot.
I expected Execration to have more confidence with that smoke, especially because they saw the Kunkka on the bottom lane. The problem is they didn't see the Treant. The Treant was on the bottom lane as well. I think if they saw him, they would have just went straight into the triangle, but they're gonna go in now. You know?
And there we go. Oh, the Monkey King's down from the tree! Not able to get anything out of the start of the
Lina
He's gonna
damage.
fall right away. Polaris will get the Monkey King out of the way,
die.
but they will pop Lelouch. And it is still a 4 versus 4 fight for now. Tidal waving them away. Natsumi dropping low. Kunkka needs a backup desperately. Execration black hole! But the cancel down from TMV as well. Shanks is down. Vincenzo dropping low. Lelouch is down to half HP. He's got 10 seconds until the BKB's back up on this Lina. And DP rolling around in circles, but not much that she can really do here against Lelouch. And that is going to be Polaris taking 4 for 2 in that fight.
DMV is literally staying onto the tower. It's like he's playing a silencer, just he's a bit closer, and he's just using the living armor on everyone else and just waiting for the black hole to come out. As soon as the black hole comes out, he's there to cancel it immediately every single time. This is, I mean, the Lina is too powerful at this point, especially with the Aegis. Polaris made the very confident call on how they're gonna fight. Usually, if you would see the Lina being linked, you just move away.
Yeah.
But in that kind of a scenario, you're like, okay, we're gonna allow for Lelouch to die, and TMV, you still stay behind. Lelouch is gonna take care of everything unless they black hole him. So very smart, smart play.
And we talked about this in the draft. The Mars counter against the Monkey King, dropping the arena as soon as you see the Monkey King move close to cut down the trees, and he never even got the Wukong's command off, and the Monkey King just dies right away at the start of the fight. So it really, really helps out Polaris in terms of how the fight's gonna end. It will definitely end in their favor out of that. So good read from Nevermind. Fast reactions pay off.
Yeah, awesome, for sure. When I look at Palace items, I actually expected him to go for a Deso in this game. Usually when we see the Monkey King start losing, you want to go for the Deso just to maximize the damage output. You have a solid amount of slows coming out from the Earth Spirit, so he can keep players inside of the Wukong's command for a long time. And Execration, if you're not fighting in the Wukong's command, you're not winning either way. So it's something that I expected.
But doesn't Polaris just counter that? They just build Shivas on the Lina and AC on the Kunkka?
Sure, but it's still the best damage item that you can hope for for that amount of money. And he went for the Basher, so we can expect Palos wanting to jump onto the Lina. That's gonna be the play. Top lane.
Yeah, they're gonna no, they don't even need to use the X mark. They're gonna use the spear for this one. Shanks killed in the top lane while they were trying to catch an Earth Spirit on the run. They're sitting up for Lina in the top lane. Lelouch, she is fast, but is she fast enough? Palos didn't quite get the catch onto the Lina, so Lina's out of there.
I still saw him for a second, but he's gonna be fine.
Never mind. Oh, he tried the same again. Tried to catch the Monkey King. He's a bit alone here for now, but the stun from Lelouch, and again, he didn't get the Wukongs off again. That's the second time he does not get the Wukongs off in time. They thought that this Mars was an easy, simple kill, so he didn't want to lay it down just to pay a big ultimate for a small priority target. And now going for more, diving the high ground. Bob's gonna fall as well. And Polaris have got this game in the bag. It does seem unlosable now. Buybacks coming out. Instant smoke. They have the black hole. They can make a play happen. Gotta make it work though. Rolling. There's the Wukongs coming in from the side. It's deep inside the base. Kunkka's there. Shanks is inside the Wukongs, but they are running away and they are not committing to Execration's aggression.
Man, if Shanks knew that TMV got silence, he could have went for the black hole. That is the thing. I think Shanks cannot be conservative with it. His teammates need to set up the black hole for him. You need to find the Treant Protector. It's not about him waiting the Treant because you cannot win the fight. Polaris are way too strong. Lina does way too much damage. But yeah, coming back to the top engagement, we're not even gonna call it the fight because it was a massacre. The Monkey King, he saw the Mars being stunned up and like, I don't have to use my BKB, but Lina comes in with the stun from the Invis, and that is something that you always have to be very off. I think Execration are not in a position where you can be greedy with your item usages, especially the Monkey King. You know, your BKB, 6 seconds is quite enough if you're inside of the Wukong's command. If the enemies are there for 6 seconds, you do have a good chance of winning the fight.
Yeah. But this lead is so massive now that I don't think Execration has much of a chance unless they start to build up from pickoffs to pickoffs and force Polaris to make mistakes. But Polaris is feeling very confident. They have very good communication, very fast reactions in general. Execration is a bit of panic mode for the last 15 minutes. We call the roll into the BKB. At least that's 1 for 1. DP's BKB is not so big compared to the Lina's BKB. Not a huge loss. Maybe Execration can do something with this. Do they have a smoke?
Lina had the Arcane Rune, so you have a really small window.
35 seconds. True. Yeah, they would have to make it happen right now. There's a
I actually even expected Polaris to smoke.
Seems like they decided not to. Execration has to play the defensive end right now. Polaris is pinging the bottom lane. They want to play aggressive there. Execration is smoking from mid towards bottom. They've lost Bob.
Execration need to be confident now. Just go in. Just go in. Be aggressive. Try. Oh, the invises are really hurting them. This is the time where you buy a gem, and when you get an opportunity like this, you just go in like madman.
Oh, good read, good attempt, but the dust is on the Treant Protector, but again, just a tad bit too slow. But the black hole is there. They're gonna catch Natsumi, and this Kunkka kill might pay off for something. They just need to get it. They just need to get it. Not gonna happen. Lelou's coming around with the LSA stun, and there's Nevermind turning around with the BKs. It will be Papa, Vincenzo, and Tino, and into the front line. It's just these two, and Lina is holding her ground, taking down Tino, and kiting the exorcism ghosts, and DP is down, and they're going back to the base, trying to catch one poor Shadow Shaman. Palos will get something, but they didn't get what they were looking for. They did not kill the Kunkka. They did not kill the Lina. They did not kill the supports, but they did get the split pushing Rat Shaman.
Okay, so I at least like that Execration went full on for that. You know, ideally they would have caught their enemies closer to the base, but what you gonna do? You didn't have the gem there, and that's something that Execration are needing. But when the gold lead is 27,000, you can just know how hard it is for anyone to buy a gem. I can see Bob now with 900 gold. Bob, just buy it for your team. You definitely need the extra vision, because that was the opportunity for Execration to get something, delay the game, but not working out. If a move like that doesn't work out yet again, if you even get a chance for it, this game is over.
Very tough game for Execration, especially with this Enigma pause 4 needing to build so many items to actually be an important hero in this game. So easily counterable, so many ways to cancel it. I mean, I think I still would have been the selfish Enigma player and just go Blink BKB, even if there's the overgrowth still to cancel stuff out. But is the Wraith Pact really as good as it is?
I don't see the strength of it in this game, just because of the split potential and because of the catch potential. It still has a solid cooldown, and Polaris can go in and out quite easily with their lineup. That is why I'm a bit hesitant for it, but it is a very important item. Oh, this is a cool play for Execration. It's not up, so they have to fight.
It's not up. Yep, they're gonna have to force this one out. The Wukong's goes out, connects onto the Lina. There's the stun, the rolling from Tino with the BKB's Abyssals being used as well. Overgrowth, they're not getting to attack at all. They're gonna lose the Earth Spirit. Now the Monkey King all by himself. Vincenzo can't do anything to help. The Monkey King follows this down, and that should be game. Execration, still Bob, just goes for a little bit of a, you could say, a victory lap. It is a lost lap, though, because Execration has to tap out. We are going to game number 3 here at the Filipino Brawl.
And that's what we were gunning for here. We look at Execration, we look at Polaris. It would be really sad if Polaris lost 4 games to Execration in this tournament, you know. So Polaris, they kind of kick it in another gear and show us what they're made of after a perfect laning stage. It was very hard for Execration to play. I like that Execration were kind of getting ideas of how to approach it. Okay, maybe the Wraith Pact, I don't agree that it was a good thing, but you have the idea of how you want to play. Okay, let's try to be together, stop the burst damage from Polaris, save the Razor, and then turn things around. Then Pelos, I would have liked the Deso, but he goes another route. Let's try to play aggressively. Let's be able to jump on them. So that's why he starts going for the Abyssal. The problem, of course, with all of those things is that the lead was far too great, and whenever you would go in, Polaris would just outlast you in a team fight, and that's about it. If you can't kill the Lina, I mean, Lelouch will kill all of you. And other than that one move from Polaris, when Lelouch got the first Aegis, I'd say this is as clean as it gets. So when these teams play so cleanly when they're ahead, I think both teams are going to be focusing on at least getting out even from the laning phase.
Well, I don't think I have anything to add to that. Harry basically said everything on my mind as well. This guy's a genius. But hey, if you guys have been enjoying this series, I hope you let us know as well, because we've had a banger here with Execration versus Polaris. We're going to take a break, though, and head over to the third game after that. And that will decide which of these two teams is going to be going into the finals.